Hello everyone, I've decided to put together a tutorial just to go through all the adhesives that we use, the glues that we use in school, because there seems to be quite a lot of confusion about the different types and the different applications when we're going through the GCSE revising. So I'm just going to go through the adhesives that we use in the workshop. Okay, so I'm going to start with the basics. Our standard glue stick, Pritt stick we use in school, which we all know about. Okay, it's a solid adhesive, non-toxic, used for sticking paper and card. So you all know about the use of Pritt stick. So there's that. PVA, polyvinyl acetate, is the standard wood glue that we use in school. It's absolutely brilliant for sticking wood. It's a really strong wood glue. You do need to leave it to dry, leave it to set, ideally clamped so that it's drying under pressure. It can also be used as a wallpaper paste. There are lots of different applications for it. It's water-based, so it's particularly safe, and I mean, you probably used it when you're in junior school, and even nurseries use it because it's really safe to use. So that's PVA. You're very familiar with that. I'm going to talk about now impact adhesive and contact adhesive. Now, as a trade name, we quite often use Evo Stick. Now, a few years ago, when you went out to the shops and you bought a tube of Evo Stick, it would be a contact adhesive. But the standard glue now, when you buy Evo Stick, is an impact adhesive, and they are very, very similar. But we're just going to do a little experiment on both of them. So I've got 4 pieces of wood here. Impact and contact adhesive is really good for sticking dissimilar materials that are not the same, but I'm just going to do a quick demonstration using 4 pieces of ply. So I'm going to put an eye on there so I can remember which is which. So that's impact, and that's going to be contact adhesive. So if we do the impact first, so the idea is with both of these adhesives is that you put a thin coating, a thin layer on both surfaces ready to be stuck together. So this is the impact that I'm putting on here. Put that to one side. You do need to have a really well ventilated area for this. You mustn't do it in an enclosed room because of the fumes, which are quite harmful if they're not ventilated properly. So there's my impact adhesive on there. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to leave it, and this is the mistake people make, is they're a little bit too premature with putting those two together. So we're just going to leave that to dry for a bit. We're going to move on to the contact adhesive. If you want contact adhesive these days, you have to go out of your way to find it, because as I say, mostly it is impact adhesive now, which is a lot more forgiving. So this is contact adhesive. See, it's pretty gloopy stuff. Okay, it's on there. Okay, again with my spreader. Nice thin coat all over. Okay, that will be fine. I'm going to put the lid back on because of the fumes. Now I'm just going to leave those to set. I'm going to talk about the other adhesives, and when I've finished, hopefully they will be ready to test out, and I can show you the difference between contact adhesive and impact adhesive. So moving on then, we've got Copydex. Copydex is a latex-based glue. It's made by dissolving latex into water. Most pupils just call it the fishy glue because it smells very strong of fish. Got a wide range of applications. Okay, we can use it for card, we can use it for paper. It's used for upholstery. It's got lots and lots of applications. It's a safe glue. The fumes aren't bad for you. Still suggest you use it in a well ventilated area though. There's also another tutorial I've done where we actually are using Copydex in graphics to stick card, but we're using it in a contact adhesive way in terms of putting a thin layer on two surfaces, let it dry, and then bringing them together. So that's Copydex. I'm going to talk to you about spray mount. Try not to use spray mount in schools, and when I do, we use it outside. You need to be in an extremely well ventilated area for using spray mount. You can get spray mount and you can get photo mount. Spray mount you can use and you can reposition stuff if it's not quite right. Photo mount is a lot stronger, so it is a less forgiving really. So that's the spray glues. What else have we got? Okay, solvent. I'm not going to spend too much time on the solvent because there's another tutorial video where I talk about this in a bit more detail, but this is dichloromethane. Strictly speaking, not really an adhesive, it's not sticky, but as it's a solvent it will dissolve certain plastics, so that's it dissolving expanded polystyrene. And with our acrylic it will do exactly the same thing. It will just dissolve the surface, so when you put the two surfaces together, okay, that will bond them by joining them together by melting the surface. So that's the solvent that we use for joining acrylic together. I'm going to talk about glue guns. I wasn't really intending on talking about glue guns. These are, I think they've got limited use in schools really. They are good for certain things. The glue gun is a thermoplastic adhesive, thermoplastic glue, which, let's get something here that we can stick together, a couple of pieces of card. The problem you've got with this is that it's actually not particularly strong when it dries anyway, and also because it's so thick you can't actually get two surfaces together. So I think the glue gun is misused a bit in schools because it's quick and it's easy, but actually it's just not very good at all. So it does have applications, but we try not to use it if possible. Okay, epoxy resin next. Epoxy resin is an extremely, there's two sorts here. We've got a rapid drying and a slower drying one. An extremely strong adhesive. We have a tube of two. I won't call them glues. You've actually got, it's a thermosetting polymer formed from a reaction between two chemicals. You've got an epoxide, which is the resin, and you've got a polyamine, which is the actual hardener. And if you mix them together 50-50, they will react with each other and you will get an extremely strong joint. So there's the two. And then mix them up. Okay, it's quite expensive. You wouldn't want to do large areas with this, but it will dry really very strong and very hard. Okay, so that's the epoxy resin. Okay, that's all of the adhesives I want to talk about. Let's just go back to our contact adhesive and our impact adhesive. Now, the reason why impact adhesive is more generally sold on the market now is because it's a little bit more forgiving. So let's look at contact adhesive first. This is probably not quite ready yet. I would want to give it a few more minutes. But contact adhesive, when you put the two surfaces together now, they will bond straight away and you've got no room for movement. So if I put those two together, okay, and I try to pull them apart, I can't. That has bonded really, really well. Okay, so that's contact adhesive. Impact adhesive, I can put it together, and if I pull really hard, I can just move it and take it apart. Okay, but it will go as hard and as solid as the contact adhesive if I apply either impact or pressure. So I could smack that with a hammer or a mallet. I'm going to do it a little bit more finesse than that. I'm just going to squash it in the vise, do it up nice and tight, put some pressure on it, undo it. Now that's not going to budge. Okay, so with the impact adhesive, okay, you have got a little bit of room for movement. You can pull it apart, you can reposition it, but as soon as you put pressure or impact on it, it will set straight away. So that is all of the adhesives that we use in school in design and technology. Thanks for listening.